Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel Cloud and AI Analytics. Hope everyone is doing good. I'm Vignesh. In this video, we are going to explore the command line tool of a popular cloud service in GCP called Cloud Storage Bucket. And the gsutil command which we are going to explore is ls, which is nothing but in order to list provider or buckets or object inside the bucket, we will be using this particular command. So the gsutil ls command retrieves a list of provider, basically different cloud providers, buckets like different cloud storage buckets in GCP, or objects like which is present inside directories, subdirectories. So in this video, we'll be doing the lab on the same gsutil ls command. So the first thing is if you want to list all the bucket which is present inside your default project ID. So now I'll get into the console. I'll open this cloud shell. So here you can use gsutil ls. This command will basically list all the bucket which is present inside this particular project ID, data engineer GCP 1707. I'll just hit enter and we'll be able to see one bucket. So my GCS bucket 1707 is the bucket which is present inside this particular project. Only one bucket. And the next command is if you want specifically, so for example, we have one bucket, right? Like my GCS bucket. If I wanted to list all the files which is present inside this bucket, like how to do that? We can use this gsutil ls and just press the bucket and hit enter. We can see all the objects which is present inside this bucket. So here you can see one CSV file is present and one folder is present directly. So we can confirm that by getting into this my GCS bucket. Here you can see there is one .csv file and there is one directory demo GCS. If I just click on this, like there are two CSV files. So the next question is how we wanted to see all the files which is present inside that particular folder or subdirectory, whatever it is, we wanted to see all these things. So how to do that? So listing a bucket or a subdirectory only shows the object and name of the subdirectory it contains. You can list all the objects in a bucket by using the -r option. Just hit enter and here you will be able to see the output. So this is one CSV file which is present inside the root folder of the bucket, and then we have one GCS folder, demo-gcs folder, and inside that we have two CSV files. So this is how you will be able to list it all the object which is present inside the directory or subdirectory. So we'll just do one cross check as well. We'll just get into this create folder. I'll just give non-current GCS, just a folder name. So here you can see I have uploaded one .csv file inside that folder. So inside this bucket I have one folder that is demo-gcs, and inside that I have another subdirectory non-current GCS. So I'll go to Cloud Shell now and I'll re-execute the same command. gsutil list -r. So this will list all the objects which is present inside the bucket. So here you can see customer data and two folder like demo GCS. Inside that we have two CSV file and we have one non-current GCS, and inside that we have one .csv file. And the next command is if you want to specify a specific object version. For example, I wanted to list all the CSV files which is present inside the bucket. How to do that? So you can just use gsutil ls and the bucket name *.csv file. This will list only one CSV file, right? So the next thing is if you specify the -l option, gsutil outputs additional information about each matching provider, bucket, subdirectory, or object. So if you use this -l, it will give the additional informations of that particular object. So I'll just hit enter and see what is up. So here you can see we have one CSV file and it has one object and total byte is 30,665. And the next command is to print additional detailed information about the objects and the inside the bucket. So in order to get detailed information, this will get you some additional information -l small l, but -l capital L will give you a detailed information. So how to do that? So we'll just print this gsutil yes -l and inside this demo GCS, not inside the root directory but inside this demo GCS. We'll see. Yes, here you can see demo GCS. We have two folders, sorry, two files .csv file. Here you can see it has, you will be able to see that CSV file on all the information about that CSV file. So one is it created, updated, storage class, content length, content type, and all the details for the same another object as well. The next command is if you want to see the information about the bucket itself. In the previous command, we have seen the additional information of the object and we have seen the detailed information of the object which is present inside the bucket. Now, if you wanted to see the information about the bucket itself, then you can use this gsutil ls. I'll just press gs and the bucket itself. Here you can see all the detailed information. What is the storage class? What is the location type? Location constraint, versioning enable, can see all the details here. So moving on to the next command. So to list only the directories that is prefixed that matches the provided URL. So we have already seen this as well when we are discussing about this, right? We have seen all the details. Instead, I'll just execute this command. This will not take much time. So gsutil ls -d, and -d obviously it mentions the directories, and demo gcs as one is a directory inside this gcs bucket, and it has one more subdirectory as well. So gsutil ls -d, so it has 3.csv and one subdirectory as well. You will be able to list all the files which is present inside the directory. So now if I wanted to get what are the details present, right, I have to copy this and I have to do something like this. This will get all the CSV files which is present inside this particular non-current GCS. To list non-current object version. So if you want to see non-current object version also, you will be able to do that with the help of this -a. So we have seen in the copy lab itself the same thing. gsutil ls -a and give the path of the bucket root directory, and I hit enter. Here you can see you can just filter it out based on live and non-current objects. So these are live and non-current objects. All the details you will be able to find it here. So one CSV file, demo GCS from GCS bucket or to GCS bucket. The same thing you will be able to find it here. And moving on to the next command, to get the count of object in a GCS bucket. So this is very crucial, whenever you wanted to count number of objects present in the GCS bucket. This will obviously by default it will go with the live objects. So I'll be using this particular command. I'll just clear this and I'll paste it. gsutil ls my-gcs bucket demo gcs, inside that folder, and I'm using word count -l, and I'll just hit enter. You will be able to see the count 3. The same we will confirm it. We'll just go here, demo gcs, and it has 3 objects. I'll do one thing, I wanted to copy this data files. I'll copy this data files to my cloud storage bucket so that I can show you 2 set of operations. I'll just clear this in gsutil -m copy -r. I'll right click on this, copy path. I'll paste it this. I'll place it in the root directory itself. I'll go here. Yes. I'll filter it on live objects only. So I'll do that and hit enter. Basically, this will copy all the CSV files to the particular cloud storage bucket. The same, we can just go refresh here, and you will be able to see the directory, data files. And inside the data files, we'll have all the list of CSV files. So now I wanted to see top 5 files or last 5 files in this particular directory. How to do that? So in order to do that, we'll be using this command. I'll go here, gsutil ls and by bucket, and instead of this demo -gcs, I'll use this data files. So as soon and tail last 5 objects, I'll hit enter. You will be able to see the last 5 objects. Here you can see 22, 23. The same you can go and cross check last. So that is what you'll be able to see there. And now if you wanted to see top 5, you can use something like this set. So in a data frame, in a pandas data frame or in a spark data frame, you will use that functionality, tail functionality, right? The same thing goes here. So this is all about this list command in gsutil. If you have any questions or any doubts, please post that in the comment section. I'll take a look at it and reply to it as soon as possible. In the next video, I'll meet you with the interesting another set of command, gsutil command. Until then, it's bye from Vignesh. Happy learning.